Meetup.com is a website that helps people who share similar interests meet each other and organize events. By using this visualization, we plan on making the job of the event organizer easier. If you are an event organizer, what are the 5 questions that you ask yourself when you organize the event? First, where should I organize it? Second, what should be the event about? Third, when should I organize it? Fourth, what should be the duration of the event? And given all these 4 parameters, how many attendees can I expect to come to my event? We plan on answering these 5 questions using our visualization. The first visualization tells us where to organize the event. The user is given a choice between 3 cities: Chicago, New York, and San Francisco. As we can see, when I click on a particular city, all the 4 views get updated automatically with the data for that particular city. Suppose the user decides to host the event in San Francisco. Now what we see in the first visualization is the map of San Francisco with each venue highlighted. The size of the circle for each venue is indicative of the number of events that have been hosted at that venue. For example, the size of the circle for Leela is very big because Leela has hosted 200 events, whereas the size of the circle for 518 Castro Street is relatively small because it has hosted just 155 events. But the size of the circle can be a misleading metric sometimes because it does not tell us which venue has been popular in the recent times. For example, even though Leela has a very large circle, as can be seen from the tooltip, the popularity of Leela has dropped after the first quarter of 2015, while the popularity of 518 Castro Street is on the rise. This can also be verified by using the year slider and selecting the year 2016-2017. Now, as we expected, the circle for Leela has shrunk to a very smaller size, whereas the circle for 518 Castro Street is still big because it has been a popular venue recently. Let's set the slider back to its original position. What if the user wants to filter venues based on their ratings? Well, he can do so by using this slider and sliding it to the desired position. Now what is being displayed are venues that have been rated between 2.29 and 3.62. The second visualization tells us what should be the topic of the event. As we can see, there are 3 categories: arts and culture, book clubs, and career/business events. The visualization is in the form of a theme river where the width of the river is indicative of the popularity of that particular category. As we can see, the popularity of arts and culture has been rising from 2014, whereas book club events have just begun in 2016. We can observe the trend of one category at a time by selecting the category from this box. Now we can see the trend for arts and culture events. Now we can see the trend for book club events, and so on. What if the user wants to filter the theme river based on particular year? Well, he can do so by using this slider again. Now the theme river only shows the trend in the categories for the years 2015 to 2017. The user can also view which venues have hosted events in a particular category by clicking on that category. So the user now gets to see which venues have hosted arts and culture events in the year 2016. By clicking here, the user gets to see which venues have hosted arts and culture events in 2015. The third visualization tells us what time of the year is ideal for hosting a particular event. This is in the form of a spider chart with January at the top and going all the way clockwise up till December. As we can see, April is the prime month for hosting the event as it has hosted around 420 events. However, this again does not show us more recent trends. For that, we have to move the year slider. Now tells us between the years 2015 and 2017, the months of March, September, and November have been the most popular. Finally, the fourth visualization helps us determine what should be the duration of the event. This visualization is in the form of a bar chart which tells us what can be the different categories of event durations ranging from less than 1 hour, less than 2 hour, less than 3 hour, up to events greater than 1 day. Let's say the user decides to conduct an event which is less than 4 hours long. What he can do is select this, and he gets to see the venues that have hosted events with that duration. Similarly, he can select this bar to see venues that have hosted events that have lasted greater than a day. Again, the user can use the select year slider to observe more recent trends in the event durations. The y-axis tells the user how many RSVPs and how many average attendees he can expect for his event. So, if the user decides to conduct an event which is less than 4 hours long in San Francisco, he can expect around 20 RSVPs and around 21 attendees. After playing around with these visualizations, let's say the user decides to host a book club event. He selects book clubs, he gets to see all the venues that have hosted the events, he gets to see the months that are popular for book club events, and he gets to see event durations of book club events. Let's say he decides to host the book club event in the most popular month, September. Next, he goes to select the venue. Let's say he decides to host the event at this venue. The last visualization tells him that this venue has hosted events that are less than 2 hours long and that he can expect 3 RSVPs and 5 attendees for his event. And this is how the visualization will help an event organizer organize the event using data from previous events.